Hello, welcome, thank you for checking out the video. My name is Maya and my channel is all about health, beauty, wellness and lifestyle. And today I'm actually going to be doing something that I've never done before. I'm going to be doing a hair review. Now, funnily enough, when I actually started watching YouTube, it was literally all I used to watch was hair tutorials, wig reviews, and it was kind of around the time when lace front wigs were becoming a bit of a thing. And I used to like wear all these like synthetic lace wigs and all this sort of stuff. So I used to like really enjoy watching the reviews before I ordered them, because a lot of the time they would be coming from the States. And so wig reviews is not something that I thought that I would be doing with my channel. But then I thought to myself, Maya, given the fact that this is how you came to YouTube, this is how you discovered YouTube, why the hell not? So today I'm doing a wig review by a company called Asteria Hair. And I actually think the first time I ever heard about Asteria hair was through Alibaba or AliExpress. And I thought to myself, surely, because I've had all different grades of hair. I've paid all different sort of types of prices for my units and for the actual weave tracks as well. And I thought to myself, I remember when I saw the shop online, I thought to myself, nah, that hair can't be any good. Those wigs can't be any good. However, I have to say, with the most expensive hair, I don't tend to install it more than twice, maybe 3 times. Just because, like, by the time you've cut it, you cut the tracks and you've like trimmed it to shape it up, you know, you're not going to get more than 3 installs out of it, for me personally anyway. And so I thought it was worth a try, and lo and behold, I actually found it really, really good. So about 2 summers ago, yes, it was 2 summers ago, because last summer we weren't doing jack. But 2 summers ago, I actually ordered 2 sets of curly hair from this company, but it was the weave tracks. And so this time I'm actually going to be looking at one of their wigs. So it actually came in this little bag here, which I think is really nice touch, and it's really nice to actually have something to store your wigs in as well. Because we can have the tendency to just kind of fling them down somewhere, and you know, then they just kind of like end up getting all ruined. So that's a really nice touch to just keep your wigs nice and protected, and that's going to stop them from getting all knotty, and you know, just keeps them nice and smooth, just the same way that we would wear like a satin bonnet for our own hair. So the unit that I got is the one that I'm wearing right now, and it is a loose deep wave. It is 18 inches and it's 180 density. It came in including shipping at about £190. Which is obviously going to be something different in USD, but I'll pop the link in the description box below so you can find this exact one. But as you can see, it's a nice length. It probably feels more like a 16-inch just because it's quite a deep curl. So I sort of consider 18 inches to be quite long, but for me this is actually quite a nice sort of like length. I'll show you how far it drops down at the back. Now, I tend to go for curly hair in the summer just because I really like the sort of like no fuss feel that it's got to it. Obviously, unfortunately, the weather didn't actually get the memo, and we are still battling with like rain and grey cloudy skies in the middle of May. But I thought to myself, do you know what, I've got my plans for my summer hair, and so I just went ahead and got it. So one of the things I really love about curly hair is that it's just so simple to style. Literally, I wore this for the first time yesterday. I took it out of the packet. Once I'd bleached the knots and cut the lace, I literally just put it on my head, wet it, put some leave-in conditioner in, and went. And so the hair that you can see, the way that it's sitting at the moment, I've done that process this morning, which is about maybe 6 hours ago. And this is how it's kind of dried down, and this is how it looks. My first impressions of the hair, it is really, really nice and soft. I do feel like it could potentially tangle. Even though I'm not experiencing much shedding, which is just as well, because even though it's 180 density, my first impression when I got it out of the packet was that it did look a little bit limp. So just imagine, like, if you're used to having curly weaves put in your hair, that is like a 2 packet, it's definitely not 3 packets, and that's kind of how it looks. I thought that looks like 2 packets and a frontal. And when you think it's 18 inches, that does feel like it's quite light. So it depends what you like. I mean, for me, I think it looks perfectly fine. I don't feel like it looks too thin. But I do feel like by the time it has shed a little bit, like we can always expect, I do feel like it's going to look a little bit scraggly at the end, especially because we've got quite a bit of volume in the roots. So just before I go ahead and show you how I style it, what I really like about this wig, and the wig that I'm actually wearing most of the time definitely doesn't have this, so I really appreciate it on this one, is the amount of parting space that it has on it. It's a 13 by 6, so that's 13 inches across the front and then 6 inches going back. So it's got plenty of parting space, so you can wear middle part, you can wear a deep side part, and you can take it all the way back. So I tend to wear a middle part. So you can see it's got quite a good amount of parting space if you want to go like really far back with your middle parting. And then also on the sides, it's nice and deep. And depends, I don't really like to pluck my parting areas, just because with frontals or lace fronts or whatever, they tend to shed on the lace fairly quickly. So I would rather just kind of like put up with the kind of slightly more dense looking parting in the beginning, and then just kind of let it sort of like get thinner over time, because it definitely will. And what I do experience is like, you know, 1 minute it just looks like it's okay, now we're looking natural, and then it's like, okay, what's happening here? We got patches. So I really don't like to go in and pluck at all. I just kind of let it do its own thing. So I'll just quickly show you how simple this hair is to style. And really, the thing that I like about it as well, obviously if I was doing my own thing in the morning, I would just dip my head under the shower, right? But for the purpose of the video, you literally just spritz it down, get it really nice and wet. So once it's really nice and wet, I just grab my As I Am leave-in conditioner. Now, I actually bought this for my own hair, but it's got coconut in it, and it was kind of during the process of me realizing that coconut is just no good for my hair. So literally any coconut product that I put in my hair will it will feel really good on the day, but then over the course of the next couple of days or the next week or whatever, my hair will just start to feel so dry and brittle. So I'll literally just keep that product for my weaves now. And it works really nicely with this curly hair. I've actually had that product since last summer, and I remember using it in my weaves. So just get it nice and wet. And then I will just either brush it through or comb it through to get the curls popping. And now that it's wet, you can kind of see the real density of it, or lack thereof. So that's literally all of the hair there. And I feel like at 180 density, that feels a little bit thin. But as you saw, when it sort of dries down, it definitely doesn't look thin. So if you are somebody that likes that really sort of big hair look, then just bear that in mind. Me personally, I quite like it to look natural, and I think that this does look like a natural density. But I remember when I got it, I was like, oh, 180 with curly hair, that sounds like it's going to be really thick. But yeah, it's definitely fine. I'll just quickly come in and show you the hairline as well. Now, one thing I will say is that when I got the lace, it did look quite grey. So I went in and I bleached the knots, and then I put my own foundation, powder foundation. I just brushed it into the roots of it, and it came up okay. But yeah, it was a little bit grey, but I feel like, you know, on camera, as you can see, it actually just gives it like a nice gradient, if you like. So it looks a little bit more natural. And you can see with the hairline as well, it's a really natural hairline. I haven't plucked the hairline whatsoever. This is exactly how it came. And as you can see, it just looks really, really nice. I mean, you can't complain, like under £200 for an 18-inch wig, 18 by 6. You know, I think we're doing pretty okay. You got to be realistic, right? It's affordable hair. It's not going to be a wig that you're wearing day in, day out for a couple of years. It's a wig that you're going to wear for a season. If you look after it well, you might get, you know, 6 months out of it. But I'm okay with that. I like to change my hair up all the time anyway, so that works well for me. So yeah, that is my first impression. I'll just quickly show you how much shedding I got from that little process as well. So you can see hardly anything out of that. So yeah, so far so good. I will definitely do another check-in when I'm doing another hair related video. I probably won't do another video just about this unit, but the next time I'm doing a hair related video, I'll give you guys a little update as to how the hair is going. Before I go, just to give you a little bit of information about the actual cap construction itself. It is a glueless cap. It doesn't have an elastic band in it, but it has got the 2 bands that kind of give you a little bit of tightness around the back. The wig that I wear usually has got an elastic band in it, and I have to say that this kind of feels like I've got nothing on because it's not tight whatsoever. By the time I've put my Got To Be spray on it, it gives me more than enough security for what I need. I'm not going to be tossing and turning and jumping and jiving, so yeah, it's perfectly fine. And a tip that I would give you when it comes to choosing a cap size, if you are new to lace wigs, I feel like this is a really good shout because as you've seen, super easy to style, doesn't take much customization. The only things that I did was obviously cut the lace. I bleached the knots as well slightly, and I cut away the ear tabs, but there's been absolutely no other customization to the wig so far. So it's a perfectly good one if you are looking for a beginner friendly wig. And it's a really nice one for the summer as well because it's just got like easy breezy vibes, hardly any styling. And one thing I will say, when it comes to choosing a cap size, always measure your head. On the website you will get a drop down about like small, medium and large caps. And for me, for example, I would say that I've definitely got like more of a medium to large head. However, once I actually measured my head, it actually came up as a small cap size or cap size number 1. So just don't assume and go for, make sure you measure your head so you can get that good cap size. Generally, the wig companies use the same measurements. So once you've measured once, then you shouldn't have to keep measuring every time you choose a different brand. So guys, I hope you found that helpful. And if you did enjoy this really quick hair review, drop me a comment, let me know. I would love to do more wig reviews because I do love wearing wigs. I do love changing up my style, and I just think that they are really amazing and very accessible now. Like, these are the sorts of things that were only available for celebrities before. So I just love having the opportunity to just try lots of different looks. I never dye my own hair, I never bleach my own hair. If I want to try a new look, I try a wig, and you know, a lot of the time people can't even tell that I'm wearing them. So I would love the opportunity to wear more wigs and show you guys more wigs as well. So if you do like that sort of thing, let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you next time.